everyone, welcome to the live stream. My name's Ian. I'm here with the Organization for Bat Conservation, and welcome everybody to our live stream. We have our very special guest. Everybody please welcome our Dark Knight.
Welcome to the 2017 Michigan Bat Festival.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Batman. I'm sure there's a lot more that needs to be protected, so you are free to go. We will take over the live stream from here.
You guys have a great day.
You
Thanks
too.
for watching.
Thank you, Batman.
So welcome to the 16th annual Great Lakes Bat Festival. For those of you who are too far away or weren't able to come for whatever reason, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to do a quick walkthrough of a portion of our Bat Festival here today. We are based out of the Michigan Science Center down in Detroit, Michigan. It's been a wonderful venue, so as you're looking around, we will show you as much as we can of some of what we have set up for the festival, and hopefully you'll be able to see what a great museum we have here at the Michigan Science Center as well. So first of all, we are going to take a quick walk and go take a look at the displays that some of our partners, some of our guests for the Bat Festival have set up. So everybody follow me, let's go check on our exhibitors. This is Justin Smith. He's our representative here from the Huron-Clinton Metro Parks. Justin, do you want to tell the folks on the live stream what you have at your booth here?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me over, Ian. Bat Festival is all celebrating bats, and bats like us are hairy mammals, so I brought other mammals that we have in Michigan. All things that you can find a lot of them right around in the Detroit metro area right here.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Justin. Once again, he's a representative of the Huron-Clinton Metro Parks that we have around here. It's a collection of 13 parks all around the Metro Detroit area. So let's walk over just for a moment.
Have a good one, guys.
And see what the Michigan DNR has brought. So the DNR has been doing a lot of work recently on white nose syndrome, which is unfortunately a disease that's been affecting a lot of bats all over the United States. You want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah, white nose syndrome is a fungus that grows on bats' faces, wings, bodies, and it becomes very irritating for the bats, and it causes them to wake up from their hibernation. And this can be fatal, and usually is fatal to the bats. So we're doing some work with partners, doing some research, learning about different types of maybe fungicide sprays that we can use that'll reduce the fungus in caves. Putting blockades on caves so people can't get in and potentially spread the fungus into the cave, and also learning about topical treatments that can go on the bats themselves that might help treat the white nose fungus once it's on the bats. So it's exciting research.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Holly.
You're welcome.
So the Organization for Bat Conservation, we are primarily focused on all sorts of education. Unfortunately, not everybody knows a whole lot about bats. They're an animal that overall tends to be understudied. It tends to be very, very difficult to study them as well. Bats are up flying around in the sky and they're up flying around at night. Both of those make them pretty hard for us to be able to study them, to catch them, to learn more about them. But there are all sorts of researchers all over different government agencies and different universities that are trying to get a handle on what to do about things like white nose syndrome that are issues for the bats. So now that we've talked to two of our guest displays here, let's go take a look at our stage where we've been doing a few of our live bat presentations. So down at that stage, that is sort of the main stage of the Michigan Science Center here. We've been doing live bat programs sort of on the half hour, every other hour, and these seats have been absolutely packed. We've been absolutely thrilled with the turnout that we've had here at the Michigan Science Center for our Bat Festival. So now, without further ado, let's go down to the lower level and take a look at some of the things that we have going on down there. All right. So first of all, we are just in a very cool room of the Michigan Science Center. Phil, do you want to do a quick spin around and show folks what we've got here? So the Michigan Science Center focuses on all sorts of different sciences. They've got a lot of great hands-on exhibits for geology, for engineering, for industrial operations, all sorts of subjects that they're able to focus on with some great displays here. So let's walk over to the Organization for Bat Conservation sponsorship table. Take a look at what we have going on here. So this is Kennedy, another employee of the Organization for Bat Conservation. She's one of our animal keepers during during normal business hours, I suppose. What we've got going on here, this is our sponsorship table, where if anyone is interested, they're able to come over, choose one of our animal ambassadors to be able to sponsor as a way to be able to support some of the animals that we have at the Organization for Bat Conservation. We have a little over 200 animals at the organization, at the Bat Zone. That's a lot of mouths to feed. It's a lot of medications as well. A lot of our animals at the Bat Zone come to us from zoos or from research centers, sometimes because they're injured at those zoos or research centers, because that area is closing down its bat exhibit. But so we have a lot of bats that require sort of a lot of attention, a lot of extra care. And because of that, people who want to help support some of our animals are able to do that either at this table or they are welcome to log on to batconservation.org and show their appreciation for some of our animals. And yes, if you sponsor one of our animals, you get an adorable little plush version of your animal.
Say hi, Kennedy.
Hi.
So now, while we have an opportunity here, let's see if we can't weave over to see our bat house display and see one of our live big brown bats.
Want to do a quickie?
We're going to take a quick secondary stop. So here we have Janelle Kennedy. They're both authors that have been willing to come out to the Organization for Bat Conservation's Bat Festival, do some book signings, and
Janelle drew this picture.
Absolutely. These awesome shirts that we're all wearing that you're seeing on me, those were drawn by Janelle right here, the author of the book Stella Luna. For anyone who is familiar with the book, grew up with it, or has kids that like it. Say hi, Janelle and Fiona.
Hi.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you, guys.
So over here we have Umi. Umi is one of our big brown bats at the Organization for Bat Conservation. This display was designed by one of our animal keepers, Nick, who made it as a way to be able to show how the bats will be able to hang in a bat house. It's very difficult when you're just looking at a bat house for a lot of people to be able to see how the bats are actually going to use something like this. So the plexiglass window here is just showing what would otherwise be more of the wood. So when the bats are living in the bat house, they will land on this piece of green mesh here as a way for their toes to cling onto the surface, and they'll crawl up into this tiny slot. A bat house like this, a single chamber bat house, can house up to 100 big brown bats, about the size of Umi, which is a lot. But they don't seem to mind the lack of personal space. They get along just fine. And it's very important in recent years to be putting up these bat houses as trees have been cut down, as wetlands have been drained, and as bats have been having issues with white nose syndrome and other things that are causing population problems for them. All right. So I think now we're going to go to sort of our quiet room so that I'm going to be able to show you one of the bats that we have in there. So after that, we'll also take questions, so let's get going.
That's only for the INET.
Alright, so this is Jinja. Jinja is one of our straw-colored fruit bats at the Organization for Bat Conservation. So she's a member of a very common large bat that lives down in Africa. She's very different from the bats that we have around here. You can look at her face, and she's got that very dog-like face where she's got sort of those much bigger eyes. She's got that nice sensitive nose, and if you watch her ears are moving all over the place. She's listening to sounds all over by moving her ears like that. She is a fruit bat from Africa as well, which isn't much like our bats that we have around here. So in sort of this part of North America, the upper part of North America, we only got insect-eating bats because, quite frankly, there's not nearly as much fruit up around, say, Michigan as there is down in the rainforest. But even these bats that live out in the rainforest so far away from us can be extremely important to us. Partially because they will be very important pollinators for certain crops, and a lot of those crops are things we like to eat. They're bananas, they're mangoes, they're avocados, even agave, for those of us listening who are 21 and over, are all pollinated by the bats. And they'll also move seeds around. They're excellent seed dispersers. When they take pieces of fruit in their mouth and fly away, when they spit out the seeds, those seeds could land in a totally different area, and we could get totally new fruit trees there. So these bats are super important, and we really hope that everybody who's listening to this can get a good idea of why we care so much about these very unique animals and why we want to do what we can to conserve them and to keep them around. Alright, so with that, I hope you've all enjoyed seeing our live stream here at the 16th Annual Great Lakes Bat Festival. If you're interested in learning more about our organization, you can go to www.batconservation.org. If you're interested in supporting us, you can find those links at that website as well, and obviously, we really appreciate it. So I hope everyone enjoyed. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.